gentlemen, here's the captain. Just gone noon. Time for another update on our progress as we cross the Atlantic. So this afternoon, Queen Elizabeth finds herself 370 nautical miles northwest of Cape Finisterre, the northwesterly point of Spain, as we continue heading further out into the Atlantic Ocean, currently making around 16 and a half knots against this current wind and waves. So since midday yesterday we've been travelling in a southwesterly direction, initially on the Celtic shelf, on the continental shelf, and then quickly yesterday afternoon we crossed the edge of the continental shelf and entered the Atlantic Ocean proper, and we're now crossing the Porcupine Abyssal Plain with depths under the keel of between 4,000 and 4,500 metres. And an abyssal plain is just a description for a fairly featureless, flat-bottomed area of ocean. So at the moment we're aiming towards the Azores, which lie in the mid-Atlantic. And then we'll continue aiming down towards the Azores until around 8 o'clock this evening, and then we'll turn more towards the west as we try and skirt the big storm that's up to the north of us. So what's bringing us the wind and the waves at the moment is a big Atlantic storm, which is lying to the south of Iceland. It's crossing from west to east. Its centre has a barometric pressure of 955 millibars and close in winds around storm force 55 to 60 knots close to the storm centre. We're 750 miles to the south of it. We've brought our ship well to the south of the summer Atlantic tracks. We're running around 250 miles south of our summer tracks to try and maximise the distance between us and the storm centre. Having said that, there's still some rough seas around, and we're still experiencing gale force winds. As you felt last night, in front of the frontal system, which is associated with that storm, the winds were from the south, and the ship was leaning a little bit overnight, with the winds out on the port beam. Having crossed the front, the winds veered round to the west, so now they're west-southwest, almost directly ahead of us, and then they will continue to veer round through the afternoon, a little bit more to due west, and they will continue to build the ocean's swell and sea as well. So at the moment we have 4.5 or 5 metre seas. We can expect those swells to increase to around 7 metres, and then the ship may move a little bit more to that. So for the next 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen, increasing seas and winds continuing from the west at gale force, and a little bit more movement around the ship. So do take care as you move around, particularly if you're trying to go outside or opening your balcony doors with gale force winds. Mind you don't catch any fingers in any doors. For those of you looking for some fresh air, we'll try and have a deck, 9 deck on a stairway door open, and that's the one from beside the spa leading out to the pavilion pool area, so you can at least get out and get some fresh air around there. There we are. That's enough from me. Clock's back 1 hour tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so we get an extra hour's sleep tonight. Here's Chris Denny, 3rd officer now.